Hi, I'm Luis Vasquez. I'm the Associate Director of Venture Capital Collaboration at UC Irvine Beall Applied Innovation. And we are very pleased to be sponsors of this year's Orange County Business Journal Innovator of the Year Awards. UC Irvine Beall Applied Innovation is a central platform that provides resources and connections to startups and founders both on and off campus. I am very pleased to present this year's award for Innovator of the Year to Michael Dennin, who is the Vice Provost of Teaching and Learning at UC Irvine. Congratulations, Michael. We're so honored that a UC Irvine recipient won this award.
Well, thank you. It's great to get the award, and it's wonderful to be here.
We're just going to talk about a few questions here. So can you start off by telling us what was your biggest obstacle to driving innovation in higher education, and how did you overcome that?
Well, when you think of higher education, it's really interesting what the biggest obstacle is. It's we're very successful, and that most of the people at the university went through the university. So they experienced something that worked for them, so there's no motivation to innovate. That is one of the biggest problems. And so a lot of it is finding the motivation and the purpose behind the innovation. And for faculty, that's actually surprisingly simple. We're a research university. We do both research and teaching. And at UCI, faculty actually love their teaching, but what they really need is time. And a large part of my office was convincing faculty that the innovations we were proposing would both improve their teaching, but save them time. And once I found that motivation for faculty, you got a lot more buy-in, and then the innovation became much easier.
Well, that's wonderful. So along with that, what 3 tips would you give to other organizations to help drive innovation?
Well, when I think about innovation and what it really takes, the first one has been a theme for my whole life, which is you have to fail, and you have to be willing to fail. It sounds kind of trite and cliche, but it really is through our failures that we learn most effectively. Most of us remember, I think if you really think about it, the things you got wrong more than the things you got right. And at a university, particularly when I switched from working with faculty to staff, that fear of failure is actually pretty deep at times. And really helping the staff that had to do the innovation and implement it, that it's okay for us to get things wrong. And in fact, if we don't get anything wrong, we're not actually innovating, was a key step. And that would be advice I'd give to anyone, is you got to overcome that fear of failure. For me, the second most important is listening. Nothing was done without the team. I firmly believe that, and for myself, that means listening to the team to make the innovations even better than I ever imagined. I haven't had a single idea that other people didn't make better, and it's really listening to others that makes those ideas better. And the final one, I really feel the innovation must have a purpose behind it. We joke, one of our divisions got named the Division of Teaching Excellence and Innovation, and I really wanted to call it the Division of Teaching Excellence and Innovation where appropriate and justified. But it didn't make a good acronym, and they didn't want the name that long. But understanding the purpose behind the innovation provides that motivation and that drive and that framing and focus. And it's not just innovation for the sake of innovation, but it's innovation to achieve a goal.
Wonderful. So along with everyone, your organization, your world was really turned upside down by the COVID pandemic. How have you managed the challenges of COVID-19 on a university campus?
Well, one of the things about the challenges with COVID-19 I want to point out, which not everyone may know, we had about a week to switch from mostly in person to fully remote as we went from winter to spring quarter. And many people think of universities as big, unwieldy, and not flexible. We did that in a week, and that was thanks to over 1,000 faculty, 30,000 students, and all the staff coming together and really rising to that challenge. We did not have to delay the quarter. We put it together, and we did it. So that part of it was just people just did it. But I think the other piece when it comes to the COVID for me is really being grounded in reality and just accepting that we're in a pandemic. I know that may sound strange, and that goes back to my experimental physics roots. You can't do experimental physics and not accept reality. When the experiment does what it does, you can't sit there going, ooh, I hope it does something different. You actually have to address what's going on, make the changes, and move forward. And really through this pandemic, when it comes to teaching, that's what I've encouraged faculty and students to do. Yes, we miss some of the aspects of in-person, and we can't wait to get back. And we know there's things about in-person that really matter and work, but that's not where we are now. Accept reality, embrace it, because there's a lot about technology and a lot about remote that does work really well. And we're learning tons. And acknowledge the tragedies, acknowledge the challenges, but embrace the positive aspects of it at the same time. And basically just live in a world of reality and move forward.
Okay. Those are great insights. Thank you so much. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you.